Today we're off to watch the British comedy called The Ballad of Wallace Island, starring Tim Key, Tom Basden and Carey Mulligan. So, what's the story? Old tensions resurface when former bandmates and former lovers reunite for a private show at the island home of an eccentric millionaire. Excitement level, it's low. I didn't really know anything about this film, but it's nice to see a British film once in a while. So just to give you a little bit of background on this movie, it was filmed out in Pembrokeshire in Wales, and a couple of the cast members reportedly fell a little ill, one turned blue, during the making. So they had to have the doctors come out. The director of this film is James Griffith, who doesn't have a large resume. He's done quite a bit of TV. But the one feature film I'm aware of his is Cuban Fury, starring Nick Frost. I honestly can't remember if it was a good film or a bad film. Let me know in the comments below if you've seen this and whether you liked it. So here we are, so I'm just going to go in, find out what this movie's like and let you know my thoughts afterwards. So the movie's just finished, so let's go over the highlights and the hang-ups. First of all, the highlights. Strong performance from the cast. Tom Basden and Tim Key were absolutely spot on with the comedy as well as the drama. When Carey Mulligan came into the film, it was really interesting the way she changed the dynamic. I hadn't seen Tim Key in anything before, but he was really, really funny. I really appreciated his quirky humour. The only time I'd seen Tom Basden before was in Ricky Gervais's Life on the Road. I really liked him in that, and I really enjoyed him in this performance. And I look forward to seeing more movies with him starring in it. I really love the emotional depth of the film, exploring themes of grief, nostalgia, healing, and moving on with your life. Hang-ups. So the film starts with Tom Basden's character arriving on the island, but I thought what would have been better is if we'd seen him on the mainland right at the beginning of the film, and so we knew a bit more about his motivations as to why he was going to take on this gig. I would have liked to have seen Carey Mulligan's character have some sort of end. I don't want to get into spoilers, but when a character does exit the movie, it does kind of end abruptly and she kind of never comes back. So I would like to have just seen some of that just sort of tied up. Final rating. This wasn't a very long film, it was only about 1 hour and 40 minutes, but to be honest, that was probably about the right length it needed to be. I'm glad to say this was a very surprising, feel-good movie. It had loads of charm, I loved all the comedy, and I could very easily have watched it again. I'm giving this movie 4.5 stars. So guys, if you found this review helpful, you'd like to see more, you can check out the playlist where I've got all the other movie reviews. You can also check out my other playlists that have got movie attractions and another one that's about film locations. I'm going to be updating more of these videos as we go, but if you'd like to join us on the journey, please do consider clicking subscribe. It will notify you when my next video goes up. I want to thank you again for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.